Hello everyone. I, Ms. Bhavna Danesh Munod, welcome you all in Agricultural Development Trust, Shardabai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. Hello dear students. Last period we studied about law of diminishing marginal utility. Now every law in economics will have assumptions, exceptions, criticism and importance. Now, assumptions means what? When we are studying with this law, this thing should be assumed that when this law will be true, when we assume these things, that is assumptions. Now, the first thing in this law of DMU is that we will see one by one. Assumption of law of DMU, the first one is what? Related to rationality. Now, here what they have told, if we have to understand this law, or if law of DMU we have to tell that it is correct, that time the person should be rational, having a rational behavior. That means what? Normal person. If the person should not be greedy, then only this law will be applicable, children. For rational behavior person, rationality should be there. That means the person's behavior should be normal, then only this law will be correct. Then the second one they have told, second assumption is cardinal measurement. Now here the law is telling us that DMU law, diminishing marginal utility, is assuming that utility can be cardinally or numerically measured, and hence mathematical operations are easily possible to know and compare the utility derived from each unit of a commodity. See the table, we have seen how we have calculated TU and MU. So they have told here cardinal measurement can be possible, or numerical, say mathematical expressions can be used. Where? In law of diminishing marginal utility. So the second assumption is what? Utility can be measured cardinally, or it can be numerically measured. Then the third one assumption is homogeneity means what? Same products. The product should be same in size, color, height, weight. It should be have same concepts. So law of DMU will be applicable when all the commodities consumed are same, are homogeneous. They are identical in size, shape, color, taste, etc. But they are homogeneous. They are same product. Then this law of DMU will be applicable. Then the fourth point is what? Continuity. Means all units of a commodity should be consumed quickly without any lapse of time. Then only law of DMU will be applicable. As I gave you example of mangoes. See, in a day, immediately I have eaten 10 mangoes. That is immediate. I have not wasted time. I was hungry and I ate one by one, 10 mangoes. Then where my utility will stop? When I am satisfied with 10 mangoes, my stomach is full. After that 11th mango, 12th mango, I will not eat at all. It will come in negative way. That means continuity means what then? Whatever you do or whatever commodities you have purchased, that working of commodity should be in continue way. It should not be stopped. There should be no lapse of time over there. Then only law of diminishing marginal utility will be applicable, children. Then come to fifth assumption. What assumption tells us? It is about reasonability. Means whatever commodity we are consuming, it should have a reasonable size. The size should not be too big nor too small. Whatever things, whatever commodity we are purchasing, it should have a reasonable size. Now see, some things are there. Now mangoes we purchase everything. Like size, say suppose of refrigerator. Refrigerator sometimes it's a 2-door or say small, depends on size. But that refrigerator is what, children? One time only investment. Do we take refrigerator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times? No, only one time only we will invest in refrigerator. So this law of DMU will not applicable over here. So they have told when the commodities are same in size, shape, color, they are neither too big nor too small, then they will have a reason to purchase a unit of commodity immediately without any lapsing of time. So all the units of commodity consumed should have a reasonable size, neither too big nor too small. Then the sixth point they have told related to constancy. Means all the related factors like income, their taste, habits, choices, likes, dislikes of a consumer should remain constant. Marginal utility of money is also assumed to be constant. Means what? Whatever the commodities we are purchasing, their likes, dislikes, choices of a consumer should remain constant. It should not change every time. Now the thing is, I have given you an example of mango. The mangoes we have eaten 10 that was same size, shape and color. It is not that one mango I ate of different size, other mango I have ate of different size, other mango I ate of different color or taste, or the mangoes are bitter. No, they are same in size, shape, color and sweet in taste. So here they have told constancy means what? Whatever things we will purchase, that will be dependent on our choices, likes, dislikes. And it will be of consumer who will remain constant. His likes or dislikes will not change every time. Constant only. The thing he wants, say suppose one brand product he will want and he will use that only he will use and purchase a commodity. So here in marginal utility of a money also is assumed to be constant, children. Now what we are studying? We are studying related to assumptions. 6 points we have seen. Now we'll see 7 and 8 point related to assumption, children. Now see the 7 point of assumption, what it tells of law of DMU, children. The 7 point we are studying. So what it says regarding 7 point, that divisibility. Now what we have to study? Divisibility of what? Commodities, children. Divisibility of commodities. So divisibility, this law is assuming that the commodity consumed by the consumer should be divisible and it should be acquired in smaller quantities. Means whatever commodity we will purchase, we should divide that. We can make in small quantity. That only commodities can be applicable for law of diminishing marginal utility. Then the 8th assumption is, children, regarding single want. Now see, a commodity can satisfy a single want of a person. So how he can satisfy? The law assumes that experiences of a single want which is completely satiable at a given point. See, single want. So what we have to see, that whatever commodity it has been purchased, some way, see the arrow, if you see 0 comes, that means that is point of satiety. So at that point number 6, that if you can see the unit of 6, that is that commodity unit, when 0 has come, that means satiety is there, point of satiety. The person has been satisfied with whatever commodity has been purchased. So single want, this law assumes what? Single want should be there. That means a given commodity can satisfy a person, a want of a person, where in assumptions of law of DMU. So this law assumes an experience of a single want which is completely suitable at a given point of time. So these are what? Assumptions, that when we assume these things, which things, children? Again I will repeat, rationality means a person should have a normal behavior, cardinal measurement, homogeneous product should be there, continuity should be there, reasonability should be there, constancy should be there, divisibility should be there, then single want are there, then that time only we can assume law of diminishing marginal utility, children. Now we come to our next part, that is exceptions to law of diminishing marginal utility. Exceptions means somewhere these laws will not be applicable. What law of DMU has taught us? That every time a person purchases a commodity, his needs are satisfied. He will not demand for more and more product. But for certain things, children, this law of DMU is not applicable. We will see in exceptions. See, the statement is what? With every successive unit of a commodity, marginal utility diminishes. That is law of DMU statement. But for certain things, marginal utility will not diminish. So we will see in exceptions which are those things where law of DMU will not be applicable. One by one we will go through that. See, the first one is what? Hobbies. Now see, people have various hobbies. It will be collection of stamps, coins, rare paintings, music, readings. So here law of DMU will not be hold true, means will not be applicable. Why? Because if hobbies, for example, collection of stamps are there, so how much I get the stamps, with an additional increase, it will increase my stock, and that will give me more happiness. So over here, marginal utility will not diminish with every successive unit of commodity. So here, in exception, the first point, hobbies. Say any hobby you have, collection of stamps are there, collection of various gift items are there. With every additional gift, you will be happy. You are not satisfied with that thing. Coins, say, how much you will have foreign currencies, foreign coins, you will add more and more in your stock rather than making it stop. So that is first exception to law of DMU, that is what? Hobbies. Then the second one is miser person. Now miser children, see, greedy person is not normal. Miser person means what? Greedy person. So a greedy person is never happy with what he have. You all know. Greedy persons mean money also. If he has more, he will purchase more and more money for satisfaction. He will never be satisfied. So here for miser person, marginal utility of money tends to increase with an increase in stock of money. However, this situation ignores the assumption of rationality. So for law of DMU applicable, we have seen in assumption that the person, first point was what? Rationality, means the person should have a normal behavior, not a greedy person. So exception is telling over here that when a person is greedy, greedy means what? Miser person. So if a person is a miser, he will not be satisfied with what he have. So every time he will go on buying and commodity, but he will not tell that his satisfaction has been done. Why? Because he is a greedy person. Greedy means what? Miser. Then the third exception is children, addictions. Addiction means what? To a particular thing we have got addicted. Now see over here, they have given an example in your textbook, drunkard. A drunkard person will demand for more and more alcohol, children, more and more liquor. He will never be satisfied with what he have. Every additional unit will make him more demand. Why? Because he is addicted to drink liquor, alcohol. So here, the marginal utility, what will received by drunkard may increase. Actually, it's an illusion. This condition is similar to almost all addictions. However, this violates the assumption of rationality. Means those who have an addicted to, say, any movies, say for example children, cinemas, movies. So how many new pictures you watch, but you are still addicted to see movie daily. Means you are addicted to that. If you don't see at that time, you will be restless. So when you are addicted to things, children, then what happens? More utility, marginal utility will increase. It will not diminish it. It will not go in negative way. Every additional unit will increase your MU. Why? Because of addictions, home addictions. Then the fourth exception point is power. See children, power. See, every person in his life require power position. So even if a power position is there, the person will want more and more power. His lust for power increases. So he desires to have more and more of it. However, this again violates the rationality assumption. Means what? Power. In any example, if I tell you, say anyone who has power and position, would they like to leave? No. The people will think how much I have more power and power. Means your marginal utility will start increasing. It will not diminishing. The total utility already increased, but the MU also will increase. Why? Because of power position. Say people like more power and position, children. How much the power is, they will want more and more of that. And this is called as a greedy person's behavior. Rationality, this is. It is not a normal person behavior. Then the fifth exception is children, money. See, it is said that MU of money never becomes zero. It increases when the stock of money increases. So this is because money is a medium of exchange which is satisfied at various wants. So, however, according to some economists, this law is applicable for money too. So, for example, marginal utility of money is more to a person than to a rich person. Means poor person will demand for more money rather than a rich person. Rich person already have money with him. So, these are the points, or say exception points, that money, the getting money or earning money, children, will never have ending on that. Our needs will never be satisfied. Our greed will increase. Money is what money does, we all know, and we all know that in market money is only required. So here they have told that money cannot be becoming zero, negative, or in quadrant way. MU always goes on increasing with increase in stock of money. So money is a medium of exchange which satisfy various wants. However, according to some economists, this law is applicable to money too. So for example, marginal utility of money is more to a poor person than to a rich person, they have told. And these exceptions are only apparent since they violate some of the other assumptions of law, and hence they are not real and exceptions. So this what we studied related to exceptions of 7 points of exceptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. Now we'll come to our next point, children, that is criticism of the law. Law critics means how people named it, criticism, how people didn't appreciate law of DMU, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. The first one is unrealistic assumptions. So see what they are telling, that law of DMU gives unrealistic assumptions. Now see, DMU we have all studied. Assumptions are there based upon various assumptions like homogeneity should be there, continuity should be there, constancy should be there, rationality should be there. But in reality, it is very difficult to fulfill all these conditions at a point of time. So the first criticism is what? Unrealistic assumption. Means over here, the person, or say the law of DMU utility, is based on various assumptions. It would be homogeneity, continuity, constancy, rationality, etc. But in reality, it is very difficult to fulfill all these conditions at a point of time. Now we come to our second criticism, children, cardinal measurement. We all studied, say, in assumptions that utility can be measured cardinally. So this law assumes that utility can be expressed cardinally and it cannot be added, compared and presented through a schedule. So in reality, cardinal measurement of utility is not possible because utility is psychological concept. See, cardinal measurement means what we have studied, that utility can be measured cardinally, numerically. Maths can be done. But over here they have told in criticism that law assumes that utility which can be expressed cardinally, it can be added, compared and presented through a schedule. So in reality, cardinal measurement of utility is not possible, children, because utility is a psychological concept. Then what is the third significance? See, we are studying regarding significance of the law, or we are studying regarding criticism. First we will study about criticism, children. Now criticism, what is there? The first criticism is what? Unrealistic assumptions. Means what we have studied in this unrealistic assumptions, homogeneity, continuity should be there, then only we can assume law of DMU. Then the second we studied about cardinal measurement, that utility can be measured cardinally through a schedule. And cardinal measurement of utility, again they are telling that it is a psychological concept. It is not possible. Who is telling? Critics. Criticism is going on. Then the third point is indivisible goods, children. So they have told this law of DMU is not applicable to indivisible and bulky goods like refrigerator, car, TV sets, etc., which are normally purchased in a single unit at a time. So indivisible goods means what? This law is not applicable to bulky goods, to heavyweight goods. So as I gave you example of refrigerator. Refrigerator is one time investment. Every time we are not going to purchase refrigerator, cars or TVs. So this law of diminishing marginal utility will be not applicable to heavyweight goods. They are not normal goods. They are single purchase goods at a time. Then the fourth one is what? Constant marginal utility of money. That this law assumes what? Mu of each unit of money remains constant. But however, critics means people named that, or people told about that law of DMU, that marginal utility of money differs from person to person, and it is influenced by changes in prices, stock of money, etc. Then the fifth one is what? A single want. See, this law is restricted to what? Satisfaction of a single want at a point of time. But however, in reality, a man has to satisfy many wants at a point of time. So law of DMU was criticized for single want. That is, it is telling about satisfaction of a single want, a single commodity. But in reality, man has to satisfy many wants at a point of time. See, our demands are different. Every time our demands, whatever needs, will be different. So a particular person, they have told, what will happen in reality? A man will satisfy many wants at a point of time. So again, I will repeat what we studied over here: exceptions, assumptions, children, and criticism. Now, criticism, we have seen that it is an unrealistic assumption, cardinal measurement, indivisible goods, constancy or constant marginal utility of a commodity, and about single want. The next period we will continue with a further point, children. By the time, thank you.